everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
Thanks, Sam. Ahmed Surajee was an Indonesian serial killer. Yes, I can apparently do every other name other than Russian. Please listen to Overkilling 15 Minutes on Andre Chikatilo right now. Nicknamed Dukun AS, Kluwang and Dakut Marinji, born January 10, 1949, in Pasar Ronkat, North Sumatra, Indonesia. Suradji lived in Medan, the capital and largest city in Indonesia's North Sumatra province. He worked as a cattle breeder and as a Dukun, a class of shaman reputed to possess supernatural powers. Ooh, it's one of these guys. Suradji's clientele were often women seeking his guidance on how to find good fortune or maintain their beauty. According to Suradji, his deceased father visited him in a dream in 1986 and commanded him to murder 70 women as part of a black magic ritual. How many victims did he get? Yeah, we'll find out. Do you think he went up to 70? I bet he didn't. On April 24th, 1997, 21-year-old Sri Kamala Dewi asked teenage rickshaw puller Andreas to take her to Datuk. She told him to keep it a secret and did not request a return trip. 3 days later, Dewi's naked and decomposing body was found in a sugarcane field by a man. Later, a group of people dug her up before calling police. Andreas reported to the police and Dewi's family that he dropped her off at Suradji's house 3 days earlier. Police visited Suradji to interview him. He denied at first that he had nothing to do with Dewi's death. Police would find her handbag, dress, and bracelet at his house. He was arrested on April 30th, 1997. Eventually, during interrogation, Suradji confessed to Dewi's murder. He revealed that he had killed up to 42 girls in the same fashion that he did Dewi. An excavation was carried out on the sugarcane field where Dewi's body was found. And, sure enough, 42 bodies were exhumed, with some being decomposed where they could not be identified. He told police that he had a dream in 1986, that his father's ghost directed him to drink the saliva of 70 dead young women, that he would become a mystic healer. Suradji thought that it would take too long to encounter 70 women who had died of natural causes, so he decided to speed up the process through murder. As a Dukun, a sorcerer, a steady stream of women already visited him for various services, like spiritual advice, items that could be improved beauty or wealth, or for Suradji to cast a spell on their spouses from having affairs. He would take them to the nearby sugarcane field, then bury them up to their waist, claiming it was part of the ritual. He would then strangle the women and then drink their saliva. He'd strip the body to accelerate decomposition, then bury them completely with their head pointed towards his home. That's probably the freakiest part of all this. At least to me, it
was the freaky part.
It's like everything else is like, okay, he's meticulous. You know, there's a logic behind it, and then it's just, now they all need to look at me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because we just got off of Chikatilo because he was like, they can't look at me. They can't look at me. And this dude's like, all these dead women is going to be staring at my house. Suradji stated the following to police. My father did not specifically advise me to kill people. So I was thinking it would take ages if I had to wait to get 70 women. I was trying to get to it as fast as possible. I took my own initiative to kill. I don't know why I love this. This is the first and only serial killer on the planet. It's like, no, my dead dad did not tell me to kill. I chose that. He just wanted me to drink 70 dead women's saliva. My dad never told me to kill, before or after death.
Yep.
I don't know why that it's funny. That
it is kind of funny. It's ironic.
It's not funny, you know. It's just one of those things where it's like, on December 11th, 1997, the trial began with a 363-page charge against him. Suradji maintained his innocence. His 3 wives, all sisters, mind you, were arrested for assisting in the killings and helping to hide the bodies. One of his wives, Tumina, they claimed that their confessions were made under duress. Suradji was found guilty on April 27, 1998 by a 3-judge panel in Lombok, Pakam. His sentence was death by firing squad. There were cheers from the large gallery as the verdict was read. More than 100 people packed into the small courtroom, with many following the trial on TV. Tumini was also sentenced to death for assisting with the killings. Her sentence was commuted to life in prison. Suradji was put to death by firing squad on July 10th, 2008? Wow.
Yeah.
Actually didn't realize, I mean, it is Indonesia. Not saying that they're backwards or anything, it's just...
No,
as an American, it's one of those things of...
We still have states that do executions?
We do, but we all switched to...
Lethal injection.
Yeah. The air quote, most humane way to kill someone.
I still think bullet behind the head, behind the ear.
Bullet behind the right ear, just pop.
Pop, pop.
It's a 50-cent bullet, max. You want to use a larger caliber, go for it. Whereas the lethal injection usually takes, you know, a lot more money. And to me, I know this is a very capitalist thing to say, if we're going to kill somebody. But anywho, so that guy, Suradji, I love, this is going to sound weird, I like seeing religious killers.
Okay.
Or rather, they're my comfort. Like, and I think that's very awkward. Like, it's why I enjoyed reading about David Koresh. It's why I like The Heaven's Gate. Or Heaven's Gate was, I believe it's Heaven's Gate. Now I'm saying it out loud. I don't have the paper in front of me. But Heaven's Gate was the Chinese, they did the ricin attacks on the trains.
Yes.
In early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah, something like that.
But I love it because it extends from my other passion. I may be a comics guy, you know, mostly. But I when it comes to, I love cults and I love seeing religion. Like, this guy, I think, with how you wrote him, he's just a dude. But, like, again, you know, Son of Sam. Oh, the dog told me to kill. You know. Ed Gein. Oh, man, my mother's ghost told me I needed to make a skin suit.
Okay, I need you not to call him Ed Gein. Can you call him Ed Gein, please?
Yes, but I keep being yelled at anytime I call him Ed Gein, so now it's become a thing.
Yeah, well, I can't do it. It sounds weird and...
Fair enough, but you know what I mean? It's like, all these daddy issues, or all these parental issues...
Yes.
Always leads to, and this is why I kill people. I love this guy solely on the grounds of he had to make it on public record. Look, my dead dad did not tell me to kill people.
I did it all on my own.
That was me.
That's on me.
He just said I needed dead saliva. Totally. I don't know why that... And I feel horrible because, you know, he did kill 43 women. I know that I'm not glossing over that. I get that. But it's one of those things where it is like, you know, I have to do it, you know, I have to kill to stop the earth from shaking. I have to kill, you know, for this, I need to do that. And then it's just this is, well, I was handed a laundry list from my dad, and I figured, well, you know what the easiest way to get dead woman saliva is? Making the dead women.
Makes sense.
And it really doesn't.
Well, it does.
It
but
does.
Does it?
But and that's sort of where it's like, where I brought up that, this is definitely a religious killing. He's doing it because of...
He'll become this mystic healer.
He's this mystic healer. His day job is already as a, as a Miss Cleo type person.
Yes.
Do I feel that those are accurate job titles? No.
But if you're making money...
Well, and that's sort of it, is like, how many different ways did over the years, do you think he said, he gonna leave you, girl?
I don't know.
But, and again, so it was really this thing where it's like, in his head, it makes sense. Now, here's a question for you, Sissy.
Okay.
Do you think that makes him a serial killer? Do you think on a psychological level?
Oh, he did.
Was he crazy?
On a psychological level, was he crazy?
Because
no.
It was a normalized thought in his head, though, that his father was talking to him. He normalized it.
This is true.
And now you can argue that, that would
But
be...
it was real more... He was a serial killer in the fact that it was a ritualistic...
Well, that's why
ritualistic...
That is why I took it away from being a serial killer to go to a separate level of psychologically...
Was he crazy?
His brain went... Firstly, his dad was talking to him. Now, you can argue religious experience and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And without going into, either degrading or, anything on religion, in his head it was normalized that his dead dad is talking to him.
Yeah.
He normalized his first instinct of, you need 70, you need the saliva of 70 dead women. In his mind, the first thing or maybe not the first thing, but the thing he chose as the easiest option,
Yep.
Fuck it, let's kill him. To me, that breeds more insanity, or that screams more insane than Dahmer. Or even Andrei Chikatilo.
Okay.
Or even Ernst Wagner. That would be the guy that
that
buggered the animal that screwed over his life.
Yep.
All of those you could see as, and you could argue that maybe Suradji did have a poor home life previous to this. You know what I mean? And abusive and everything like that. It was beat into his head sort of a thing. But on their levels, it was this is a psychological issue that is...
Yeah.
Sorry, I asked you the question and then I just spent the last 2 minutes talking about it. So what do you think?
There was a lot of information you just threw at me.
Do you think he was crazy?
Yes and no. Yes, in
Please
the fact...
elaborate on that.
Yes, in the fact that he was killing people because his dead dad told him he needed dead people's saliva. No, because he was doing it in a very ritualistic way. So he was a serial killer with a very set pattern in how he was doing it.
Well, that's true.
Do I think you're insane for having OCD of killing people in a very specific way?
Well, it sounded like he did it not necessarily for the ritual of it. The turning their heads to face his house, that's ritualistic. I think the burying them halfway was just him going,
oh yeah, that was the
how is the easiest way I can do this?
Yeah, that was a...
He sounds so mundane. I think that's what it is. It's his mundanity of the insanity.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
But I think that's where my thing is that, to me, it is so much more crazy to have people, when their mindset is on the crazy end of things,
okay,
have it so normalized.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Does that make, it's not, again, it's not that his dad, it's one thing, the dog told me to kill, so I killed. Wow, that's crazy, bro. He literally had to turn around and be like, I did this of my own free will.
Yeah.
And then, and it turned into, to me, again, it's the crazy, the true craziness isn't, I'm doing, I'm wearing a skid suit because I have mommy issues.
Right.
That's crazy. But that is, okay, there is something psychologically
wrong.
Whereas this comes off as much more, and it's
Much
a
more
third category.
Much more saner than it should.
That's exactly it. And that's what, to me, true insanity is you don't realize how insane you actually are.
Yeah.
Like Dahmer, he knew he was fucked up. Bundy, he knew he was fucked up.
Yep.
You know, everyone knew that they were fucked, you know. There's usually some iota of, well, about the fourth time I decided to disembowel a person, I realized it might be me.
It might be me.
Whereas this was like, clock in, 9 to 5. Let's kill a chick. Thanks, Dad. I needed more saliva today. Ugh. And it's like, that's where I think this would be third thing. Because remember, we had the serial killer, which would be your crazies. Serial killer, which would be more...
people who kill just...
The serial killing part is more of a secondary to the crazy. And then there's this dude who's...
kind of made it a job.
Yeah.
Weird.
It freaks me out a little.
All right.
Please follow us on Patreon for you to choose your next serial killer that we do. Or something like that. Also follow us on Facebook. That's actually where we're popping off the most.
Yeah, you can help me pick whether it's an unsolved, whether it's a killer, male or female, serial killers. I have usually a question once a week on what I should be writing.
You know you can do polls on that, right?
Yeah, but that just is way too much work.
Fair enough. So, with that said, I'm AJ Carey.
And I'm Sam Rossi. Later, y'all.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the Wheel of Randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.